Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be checking out the Shot Voyager dartboard door hanger, and as the name implies, this is for hanging a dartboard on a bracket that goes over your door. It will work with any dartboard and any surround, at least that's what it says on the box. And I've not opened the box myself, but I have watched the video and it looks pretty easy to put together, and there's some instructions on the back there. Now this retails for £49.95 and it's a solid metal construction, fair bit of weight to the box, and it could also be portable, so you could take it with you anywhere. I mean, it's not really a big thing to carry. The only problem is my door has got a coat rack on it, so I'm going to have to take that off, and I don't think I've got enough length that way to throw from a full-size hockey. And I've got length that way, but there's things in the way, so I'll probably just have to put it up on the door and just throw it from a shorter hockey. So I'll have to do like that. So what I'll do is I'll put it, take it apart and put it on the table and show you how it goes together, and then I'll put it up on the door and I'll give you a close look of it when it's on the door, and then I'll throw some darts at it. So let's check it out. Right, so as you can see, it comes in this lovely green box. Did I ever mention green's my favourite colour? I don't think I ever have. But anyway, on the box it says fits all dartboards and surrounds, made from durable steel, fully adjustable, use anywhere. Portable dartboard hanger, compact and easy to use, puck bracket and fasteners included, screws and foam wedges included. And on the back you've got the instructions of how to assemble it. So what does it say on there? It says what sets the Voyager system apart is its unique adjustable slider mechanism. This feature allows for precise height adjustments, making it compatible with doors of various sizes. It says compatibility, door thickness 0 to 6.5 centimeter, height 180 to 220 centimeter. It's perfect for travel or for anyone seeking a temporary dart lane solution. And again, it's got a QR code like it did on the multi-tool, so you can click on that to watch a shot video. So this is the first time I've actually opened it. And what have we got here? So it's got little brackets there. We've got the bracket for the board and the screws, so that'll be for attaching to your dartboard if you need it. I already have one of them, like that's what I meant by if you need it, but I'll use that one anyway. And it's got some foam wedges. That one's got a bit bent in the box, but there we go. So that'll be for keeping the board steady, and it is made of a very strong steel construction. Where's the opening? There it is. So there you go. And it's got little pads on the back there. So what I'll do is I'll put it together here on the table, just roughly, just to give you a quick idea, and then I'll get it up on the door and I'll give you a look when it's put up on the door, how it looks. And there's the Allen keys and the screws and the washers. Don't think there's anything else in there. No. So that's everything there. Now, just for the sake of this one, I'm going to read the instructions, so I'll come back in a minute when I've read them. Alright, so you've got these two uprights, which I already showed you, but I think one of the sides is slightly wider than the other, because this back bracket only seems to fit on one side. So basically that hooks into place. It's a little bit awkward trying to do it with the camera in the way, but if you can see, that's there. There's a little bit of a gap there, but I think that's meant to be there, and then that section can slide up and down to just for the height of the board. And what you do then, I won't put both of them on yet because I'm going to have to do this part. You get this flat-headed threaded screw and the washer, and this like little nut and the washer, and that goes through the other side. So there you go, that goes in there like that, and then you put the washer on and the little nut, and that allows you to adjust that with your fingers while it's up on the door. So basically that's that there. I'm just going to do it finger tight, and then I won't tighten it up yet on the back, but that's that. And then you do the same on the other side. Right, so that's on both sides. I haven't got it obviously right yet because I don't know what height it's going to be, and then you can use this to tighten it up if you need to, but at the moment I'm just going to leave it fairly loose until I've done the other part. So that allows you to slide that section up and down, which will have the board on when you come to it. So just for the sake of this part of the video, I'll just tighten it up temporarily just to get it right. Now either side of the top of this has got the little holes in. It's on all the sides. So what you do next is you get these little brackets, and these are the ones that go over your door, and obviously as you can see it's got a slit there, so you can adjust that, and you just get that little nut, and that just goes on there, and then it goes into the hole on the bracket. So basically that goes into there, and that is it. I don't know if I've got it the right way around yet because it may depend on your door, but anyway, that just allows you to adjust that for the thickness of the door, and then you can tighten it up when you get on the door, which I'll show you just now. But that's basically how it all goes together, dead easy. And then obviously that section can screw into there, and you've got the screws for that. So you don't really need to see me doing that, and then that goes onto your dartboard, and then you slide that onto there. So I'll do the rest of it and put it on the door, and then I'll show you it when it's on the door. Right, so I've put a mark there where roughly the bullseye is. I say roughly because I only just quickly measured it just for the sake of speed, but that's the brackets there, which are a little bit loose because I'm just showing you how it goes on. So you just hook them over the top there. Now I've actually already done this once, but I encountered a little problem which I'll explain just now. But when you've got that hooked up there, then you just tighten the screws up. So I'll just tighten them first, and I'll explain to you what the little problem was, although it wasn't a major problem, but I still think it's a bit of an issue. It might depend on the individual, but I'll tighten these up. So that just keeps it under the top of the board, door basically. You don't have to have it super tight, but obviously you don't want it rattling around. So, and your door still should close with it on. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but let's have a look. Oh yeah, you should be able to see still. So what I've put on there is the little bracket which has got the 4 screws. Now one of the screws didn't quite line up, so maybe a little bit out of line, but with these you've got to put the puck on the board, and lining the puck up is a bit hard to do and a bit awkward because it's only a very slim slot. So on the back of the board you've got that, I don't know if you can see it, where's me, I'll just pull this out so I can see if the camera's picking it up. Oh, that's just a slot what you have to line up there to put the puck in, but when I did it the first time it takes a little bit of an effort to get that in, and what happened is I pushed this down, so I didn't have that tight enough, and that's where the problem is a little bit. It's a bit hard to get that really tight with your fingers there. So what I had to do was take it off again and get a little set of pliers and then hold that while I tighten the screws up on the back. So I don't know if there's a better way they could do that. Maybe they could have some kind of a better adjusting nut, or maybe make that so it's like an Allen key so you can get it in better and get some leverage. But it's kind of hard to get your fingers in there. You see how it's squashed the skin in my fingers. But it's not a huge issue, but it was a little bit of a problem. So, but this is always the case with trying to line these up. I've had these brackets before and I think it's lined up there now. So this time it's on nice and secure, so it's not going to move now. But you do have the option of using the little M5 bolt, which it may be easier to use that. And then you've got the sponge wedges, so you can put that around the board just to like make it more secure and aligned up properly. So you've got 4 of them. I don't really think there's anything to push against on that bit there. But you can also put your surround on if you wanted to. But as you can see, it will depend on the height of your door. It's pretty close to the top of the door here. It's not a massive door anyway. So that is that. So I haven't got a lot of hockey space here, so I'll be throwing from a shorter hockey, but I'll zoom out a little bit so I can get the camera on better on the board. I need some darts. Where's the darts gone? I'm not sure how far this hockey is. It may only be about 7 foot distance, but it's just to see if it works, or what it sounds like I should say. So you got like a definite thud sound there, but actually I was expecting it to sound worse than that. But it is louder than when it is on the board, the wall, sorry. But that door is not a solid door. It's only, oh, here we go. Treble 1 champion. It's kind of a hollow door, that, so it'll probably sound louder on that anyway. Now we go for the treble 5s. Go around the bullseye area. It's weird when you throw them from a short hockey. It seems, I don't know, it just feels harder. It should be easier. But whether the camera's picking up the thud sound as well as I can hear it, I don't know. But it certainly works. Now the door's moving, but the bracket itself is really sturdy. So there you go. If you're after a door hanger for your dartboard, it certainly works, but a little bit fiddly on the nuts. A little bit fiddly on the little nuts on the brackets. Maybe that could have been done a little bit better, but apart from that, it's solidly made and it does the job. So there you go. You can also use it as a portable device, but I don't really know if you'd be able to use it on, say, like a hotel room. You could, but whether people would be annoyed making a thud sound all the time. But there you go. That's the SHOT Voyager dartboard door hanger. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.